Hello everyone, my name is Maria and this is kind of part 2 of my previous episode. Probably we will call it like episode 13 already. So we will continue talking about the works in progress that I have to share with you and also some acquisitions and plans that I have collected. We can jump right into the works in progress. And the first one that I'm going to talk, maybe you remember if you are OG, we will say, on this channel. Probably you saw Space Fit socks by PetiteKnit that I made before using the concept by Katya yarn, if I'm not mistaken, called Kaisla. Yeah, and after I published it in my Instagram, also you are welcome to follow it if you want to check some progress like more recent than it is in the YouTube videos. My friend asked me to make the same one for herself. She was selecting the yarn really detailed, I guess. She was trying to find the perfect one for her, and she selected one. It's called Zauberball by Schoppel yarn. It's also sock base yarn. Some kind of like eco-friendly yarn. The nylon used in that yarn is recycled. So getting into the pattern, you can see that I have one of those ready. It is not blocked yet, so it doesn't look like extremely nice, but still you can see that there are some planets and stars on the sock itself. This one, you can see it's like color transition. That's the main feature of the Zauberball yarn that she selected for it. I'm making this one in size large. Also in the previous video, I went in quite lots of details about the pattern itself before, because it's very detailed, providing like lots of needed stuff to make it easy for you to make such a Colorwork socks. The main thing that is different here, I guess, comparing to regular socks that we are making, comparing to some vanilla socks, it's needle size, because Colorwork socks are not quite stretchy, as you can see, so you have to select the proper side at the beginning and also go size up in the needles. So these socks are made on 3mm needles for all the Colorwork parts except the ribbon. This one was made on 2.5mm needles, and probably this is it. Here is like a slip stitch heel, as you can see. Yeah, and if you want to find some more details about this pattern directly, just check my previous episode that I will link somewhere around here in the video. Yeah, so that is the progress so far, and another one is in the making already. Also, I forgot to mention this white color is Alize Artisan, I guess. It's wool light nylon blend yarn in a white color, kinda off-white, not like warmer shade of white, I can say, but it's fine here as well. So here is the second sock. So you can see they will not be the same, because in this yarn there is no repetitiveness in the ball of yarn, so you will always get like different socks, I can say, but still it looks very nice. One issue that I experienced with this yarn is because of this like transition of the colors. In some places the yarn is a bit thicker because it has this kind of mouline effect that affects the thickness of yarn, and it's very noticeable here because it's twisted in such way that in some cases it has like only one color and it's very thin, comparing to the fingering weight in white that I'm working with. And in some places it has like these color change parts where two colors together, and it seems like it's just two strands of the same yarn together. For the color work, it's a bit an issue because you always have to check the tension of your yarn, and the thickness is also influencing this a bit. So you should take it into consideration if you want to make the similar socks using this yarn. Probably it's a bit better option for not Colorwork socks, I guess. But in the final result, I can say that it's very noticeable, but it's kind of an issue while you are working with this yarn, you know, because you always should keep track of the thickness as well. Yeah, that's it for this one. One more interesting thing here, I decided to get back to crochet a bit and making the slippers for my family that are washable using, like, it's called like a t-shirt cotton yarn, 100% cotton yarn. So that's the sole. It's double layered that I have already crocheted together. Also, I have a rubber sole to be added here. We will glue those together as well afterwards when the whole part will be ready. And also there is a top of it that is needed that I will just kind of sew together with the sole. So it should transform in some beautiful slippers. But we will see, because I had quite a big pause between like previous slippers that I made and this one, so I need some time to recollect how to do it like in the best way to look more or less fine, I would say. I have tried to go over Ravelry projects where people were making slippers, and most of them look kind of weird, and I'm not sure that I want them to look like this. I'm leaning towards more like store-bought slippers, and that's what influences the time that I'm currently spending on looking for the best way to do these slippers, you know. The sole is made on 5mm hook. Sometimes I was using 7mm hooks before for the sole, but on 5 I like the texture a bit more because it's more like intense and will last a bit longer comparing to more gapey option with a 7mm hook. And for this top part I was using 5mm needles. So this one is knitted in garter stitch with some decreases in the meanwhile. As you can see, it doesn't look like perfectly shaped, so probably some rework will be needed here. The next work in progress that I have to share today is a cardigan testing. Not sure if it already has a name, but I will put it in the description below. Currently it's just a cardigan that is designed by Lana Gatto Vip. It's also Ukrainian designer. I will link her Instagram page here, and it's the first time that I'm experiencing testing for the Ukrainian designer. Before I was testing only for Kotova Kika and a few more designers, I guess. So quite an interesting experience, and generally we have, I think, bigger testing group, I would say. So I'm making the cardigan in such a white color. It's kind of off-white. I have already split the sleeves. You can see the sleeves are made with such a lace pattern on those. That's the thing that takes the most part of the time while you are shaping the back and the front. The front will have the V-neck and double knitted panel for those. So currently I'm working on the body, and then I will get back to the lacing on the sleeves. I'm making mine on 5mm needles in size medium because I just want it to be in such an oversized flary fit. I'm making this also with bobbin yarn, as a few of my previous projects. So the most interesting thing here, I am using Cariagi Sense yarn. It's 71% cashmere, 90% silk, and 10% it's elastan, I guess. So to compensate this stretchiness of elastan, I consulted with a yarn store where I bought this yarn, and we decided to try to add silk woman yarn. It's 70% merino, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere yarn, and it compensated this stretchiness really well, and the gauge stays kind of similar while knitting and after blocking. So the thing that I like here, I have one bobbin with 2 strands and one of those with only 1 strand of the yarn. So I was experimenting with the thickness I want to have in result. So as you can see, this one was made with a thinner option, and it's a bit gappier, you see, and see-through. Even after blocking, I washed this one twice. And this one is a bit thicker because of this only 1 strand of yarn added here. So that's where I stopped. And also I think you can notice that after blocking it's more white option comparing to the one I'm currently working on. So in final result it will be like almost extremely white. Currently it looks like a water yellow, I guess. Yeah, so it's a saddle shoulder construction, as you can see, also with a lace part on the shoulders that goes and converts into sleeves here, and here will be V-neck, as I already mentioned. And yeah, that's it probably for this one. So I'm currently doing my best to meet all the deadlines because we have a fixed deadlines for each part of the pattern to be tested. Yeah, so it helps to organize your time and to define the part of your knitting project you should focus on the most. So yeah, that's the main difference, I guess, between the English speaking design testing and I will share the final result, I think, in the next video. A few more projects that you may remember. That's my Oslo hat. I have some progress on this one. Probably I will have it ready for autumn. So I have completed the stockinette part that should be folded. And then I will just move into the main part of the hat. I'm making this one using 2 strands whole double on 3.5mm needles. It's Lana Gatto Vip yarn. It's merino cashmere blend yarn. Probably that's all that I can say about this one. Cashmere adds lots of drape to this hat, and I think that's a good thing for this specific design because it has such a flop on top of your head, so you have some free space for hairstyle, I guess. So we will see if it will look nice with that design. And also I am currently working on one more hand that doesn't have lots of progress yet, because first time I miscalculated the amount of stitches that I should start with. I'm making this one for my mom using Imperial Merino by Yarnart. It's 100% extra fine merino wool. It's 100 meters per 50 grams in such a Bordeaux colors that she selected herself to match her winter jacket, I think. So I have 3 skeins of that one. Probably expecting to do also double folded brim to make it warmer, and I'm making this one also on 3.5mm needles in 1x1 rib, and I'm still thinking if I will make like a crown on top of it or just split it into 4 equal parts for the decreases on top of the head. It's still in discussion, I would say. Yeah, but so far I like how the yarn looks. Not worse than Lana Gatto Super Soft, for example, that I worked before for the heads. But we will see how it will look after wearing and washing everything. Yeah, some more tests are coming for this yarn. And now we can move into more like acquisitions and plans part of this video. I still have lots of plans, even except all the Vips that I currently work on, you know. So I have bought Lamana Merida yarn. It's a silk yarn. It's 50% wool, 25% silk, and 25% polyamide yarn in color 00. It's almost white, I can say. It's like a really light beige. And one more that I bought, it's the same composition in color 41 and such a dark blue color. The plan for those two, as it's 50%, 50 gram balls of yarn, have 200 meters per each. So I'm planning to make the socks. So my friend requested those space fit socks that I should make for her, and those are almost ready. But as she likes these Colorwork designs, I decided to make using this like more luxurious version of the sock yarn with the silk in this, to make one more socks by this designer. It's PetiteKnit. The socks are called Starry Night socks. So she was doubting between those two. It's Space Fit socks and Starry Night socks. That's why I decided just to order all of this yarn together and make those socks for her. Her birthday is in like 2 months, so I still have some time to work on those and to present them to her in such beautiful colors. It's already having lots of halo from the cashmere. Probably you can see it. So those should be quite warm. Planned projects that I currently have, it's Pole Cardigan by Morka Knits. I'm planning to make those also using Bobin yarns in such a nice red color. So the plan is to use 100% merino wool. It's called Toleno Harmony yarn. It has 1,500 meters, so I will hold it most likely as 5 strands together. I have few skeins of this one. It's very soft. It's very well, the feeling is very nice for this one. I know that it's very popular yarn, so I expect it to be great in the final garment. And for the halo, I decided to select It's baby alpaca, 36% of baby alpaca, 29% of kid mohair, and 35% of polyamide. It's called Lanificio del Olivo Yukon, so a bit complex name. It's very thin. It has also 1500 meters for it, but I think it's enough halo for me, so I just need even less than 100 grams of this one to make the cardigan for myself. So that's upcoming. As you can see, I'm in cardigans era. I decided that I need more of those, and it's very easy to throw on while going outside, and it's very useful part of the wardrobe, I think, even better than sweaters sometimes. So that's why currently I'm focusing on having lots of cardigans in my wardrobe. I also want to make one in black color, but we have some blackouts. We don't have electricity for over 10 hours per day, and we don't expect it to be better in winter, so I'm not sure that I will be able to do it in winter, but we'll see. Maybe something will improve in the meanwhile. Yeah, so the black cardigan is also in plans. One more accidental acquisition that I have, I was looking for the buttons for my mom's cardigan. It was Novice Cardigan Chunky Edition that I made for her, and I went into some sewing store, and they had this, just a few skeins of yarns that I noticed. That's in such a beautiful shade that I like. Lately it was one of my favorite colors. I made few projects with those. This one, it's by Ukrainian production. It's called Vivchari. It's 100% merino yarn. This one already consists of 2 strands, but I think I will hold it double because I have 2 of these skeins. It has 750 meters per skein, so 2 of those should be enough for the slipover that I'm going to make, holding it together with my knitting for olive. I think it will go well. It's knitted for olive in color dusty sea green. I have quite a lot of leftover, so I have almost 4 skeins of those. Probably there should be something around 750 meters that I need for this one. And I'm going to make Friday V-Neck Slipover. It's made with a broken rib. It has V-neck, and also in the design photos by PetiteKnit, there are even another shade of the ribbon on the ribbon, on the collar, and on the arms, on the hem. So probably even if I will not have enough of this yarn, I will then think which color will match, and combine something, combine some colors to cover this gap if I will not have enough yarn for that one. Yeah, and also V-neck saves some yarn that you should not spend on that part, so I think it will also be a nice project to have. And one more thing that I recently bought, it's such knit blocking comb set. It has 15 blockers with 8 pins, like wide ones, 10 blockers with 4 pins, a little bit smaller ones, and 100 of T-pins. It's like a Chiago needle set for fixing your needles. So I'm not sure that I will use those a lot. Maybe for some sewing, I don't know. So that's how it looks. There is a sponge on the bottom to make it easy to fix those. And I've already used this one for the Cumulus T blocking. Well, generally it's working well, and I'm glad that I finally bought this one for myself, because before I was trying to block it with these thin pins, like it's called here T-pins. and it didn't work well for some cases, so I decided that I'm ready to buy a full set of blocking pins that I need. Yeah, and that was it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you are. Follow for more, and see you in my next, hopefully, birthday knitting podcast. See you. Bye bye.